for expenditure of the central government, sir. Sir, demand for excess grants for 2019 and 20, sir. The excess expenditure during 1920 occurred in 2 grants and 1 appropriation, sir, amounting to the total of 32,637 crores, sir. Out of which, sir, 701 crores has been a capital outlay on defense services under the Ministry of Defense, sir. And it has been excess expenditure हुआ है, सर. इसी के लिए हम आज उसको सपोर्ट करके पास कर रहे हैं, सर. और दूसरा 31,934,000 crores has been given to, sir. The excess was incurred due to transfer of more funds to GST compensation funds in order to apportion the balance IGST pertaining to the financial year 2018, sir. And in the present supplementary demand for grants, sir, the first batch of supplementary demand for grants for 22-23, it includes 75 grants and 6 appropriations, sir. Approval of the Parliament is sought to authorize gross additional expenditure of 4,35,938 crores. Out of this proposal, involving net cash outgo of aggregated to 3,25,000 crores and gross additional expenditure matched by the savings of the ministries and departments and enhanced receipts and recoveries aggregate to 1,10,180 crores. Besides, a token of provision of 159 lakhs is being sought, 1 lakh for each item of the expenditure for enabling reappropriation of savings in cases involving new services or the new instrument services, sir. Sir, out of this 75 grants and 6 appropriations, sir, gross appropriation is 4,36,000 crores, sir, out of which cash supplementary is 3,26,000 crores, out of 3,26,000 crores, revenue account is 2,95,000 lakh crores, sir, 2.95 lakh crores, sir, and capital account is 31,053 crores, sir. Sir, major items out of this are the sir, major
वो चिंतन कर रहे हैं.
major
मैंने कहा चिंतन कर रहे हैं.
Sir, major items in this are, sir, fertilizer subsidies of the tune of 1,09,000 lakh crores, sir, and food subsidies of the tune of 80,348 crores, sir, and rural development 45,178 crores, out of which Manrega itself is around 16,400 crores, and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana rural is of the tune of 28,422 crores, sir. And to support to the oil marketing company, sir, the government has given rupees 22,000 crores plus 7,200 crores for Ujjwala Yojana, out of which already 9 crore people have got the gas connection in this country, sir. Ministry of Road Transport is getting around 20,000, that is 19,198 crores, sir. And Ministry of Railways is getting around 12,000 crores. And BSNL is telecommunication is getting around 13,000 crores. And out of the 6 appropriations, sir, which is a mandatory and it will happen recurring expenses, which is not shown in this, it is going to CVC, the Supreme Court, President of India, UPSC, and interest payment, sir, and debt repayment, sir. So last time our budget was around to the tune of 39,45,000 crores, sir, budget estimate. Abhi after this demand for supplementary grants, it will rise to 43,81,000 crores, sir. Sir, now I'll come to the, a lot of people have spoke about the economy in this country today, sir. Most of the opposition have also talked about what is the economic scenario of this country, sir. Sir, releasing the estimate of gross domestic product for the second quarter, Q2 in 22-23, the National Statistical Office, NSO, declared that real GDP or GDP at constant 2011-12, price is estimated at 38.17 lakh crore rupees, as against the 35.89 lakh crore rupees in quarter 2 of financial year 22-23, showing a growth of 6.3% as compared to the 8.4% in the quarter 2 of the financial year 21-22, sir. According to RBI, sir, Taking into account the baseline assumption, survey indicators and the model forecasts, real GDP growth is expected at 7% in 22-23, sir. 6.3% in quarter 2, 4.6% each in quarter 3 and quarter 4, with risk broadly balanced around this baseline path for 23-24, assuming a normal monsoon, sir, and no major exogenous or policy shocks. The structural and model estimates indicate real GDP growth at 6.5%, sir. Sir, according to a World Economic Outlook, October 22, sir, countering the cost of living crisis, global economy activities is experiencing a broad-based, sharper than expected slowdown, with inflation higher than seen in several decades. The cost of living crisis, tightening financial condition in most regions, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and lingering COVID-19 pandemic all weigh heavily on the outlook of Indian economy, sir. It also on the Indian economy as well, sir. Global growth is forecast to slow from 6% in 2021 to 3.2%, sir, in 22, and 2.7% in 23, sir. Global inflation forecast has to rise from 4.7% in 2021 to 8.8% in 2022, but to decline 6.5% in 23 and 4.1% by 24, sir. Amidst this crisis, India stands on better footing, sir. Promising growth, slowing inflation, rapid vaccination coverage, well-calibrated short-term policy measures have effectively navigated the economy through the turbulent times, paving the path towards the desired resilience and the growth, sir. The World Bank raises financial year 23 India's growth to forecast to 6.9%, sir. Further, the rating agency of Moody has cut the India's growth projection for the current next calendar year to the higher inflation, higher interest rate, and slowing global growth that it believes will dampen the economic momentum more than it had expected. But Moody said, sir, now expects the India's GDP growth to 7% in 2020, sir. The point here would be, sir, across the globe, global economic scenario, all the countries are having a low growth, sir. India is one country which is having a very good rate of growth in the economy. That is because of the firm leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has taken this country to the next level. And today morning, one of my friends, Mr. Revant Reddy, was asking about the question. He has posed a question. 80 lakh rupees of loan has been taken by Narendra Modi's government in last 8 years, but whereas the other governments would took for only towards 53 lakh crores. Sir, my point would be only simple, sir. If you are a layman in economics also, if you are having a projection of growth, you will be having more loans, sir. And to having a more loan, we are taking that money and putting the same money in the infrastructure growth, wherein and whereby the ecosystem in the country is where the lot of investment is going to happen, lot of spending is going to happen, and lot of growth is going to happen. And for that reason, if you are trying to aim at $5 trillion economy, you have to have a loan according to that result, sir. So my point would be, sir, the key highlights in the November 22, one of the reports says, sir, private consumption stood at 57.5 of the nominal GDP in financial year 21-22, indicating that it is becoming a macro growth driver, sir. Rice, wheat, gram, maize production is expected to be a record high, sir. According to data released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, sir, the consumer price index-based retail inflation stood at 6.77% year-on-year on October 22, sir. And purchasing managers index, PMI services remained comfortably in the expansionary zone at 56.7%, sir. Fuel consumption has increased, sir. In September, the industrial production IIP stood at 133.5, sir. And in financial year 23, sir, until September 22, the combined index of 8 core industries stood at 142.8, driven by the production of coal, refinery products, fertilizer, steel, electricity, and cement industry, sir. Traffic handled at the major ports, sir, stood at 4,46,503,000 tons in April to October 22, sir. Railway freight traffic growth stood at 118.94 metric ton in October 22, sir. In March 22, Freight movement increased 0.3 compared to the previous year, indicating the increase in the air freight and the traffic activity has been maintained, sir. 78.1 million e-way bills rise during the March 22, which is 13% higher compared to February 22, sir. In April 22, the government approved the participation of 61 companies in the PLI scheme for textiles with a proposed total investment of 19,000 crores and an expected turnover of 1,84,000 crore, leading to employment generation for about 2.8 lakh people, sir. In October 22, the gross GST revenue collection stood at 1,51,718 crores, sir. In June 22, Indian basket crude oil reached US dollar 116.6 compared to 109, sir. In October, UPI transactions were valued at 12.11 lakh crores and merchandise exports stood at US $30 billion, sir. So, in all this, sir, even the bank credit stood at around $1.55 trillion as on September 23, 2022. Credit on non-food industry stood at $1.54 trillion, sir, in September 22-23, sir. So, the monthly account of Union Government of India up to the month September highlights the include that Government of India has received 12 lakh crores, 52.7% of the corresponding budget estimate of the total receipt up to September 22, comprising 10 lakh crores of tax revenue, 1,57,000 crore on non-tax revenue, 34,000 crores of non-debt capital receipts, and non-debt capital receipts consist of recovery of loans of 9,500 crores, miscellaneous of 24,590 crores, and 3,76,000 crore has been transferred to the state government, sir. Lot of opposition members were talking about the federal structure of this country. So the Union government has already transferred to the tune of 3,76,000 and demand for grants.
That this government